and we going in.
Peace, peace, peace. Let's
Peace and
get it.
blessings, brother.
Peace, man. Y'all want to have an open discussion?
Well,
I
I was
mean,
hoping continue on with those curses, breaking the generational curses.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, you back? You back on topic?
Sweet, sweet. So
Okay.
yeah, like I was saying, brother Kid, I believe that the Torah or the laws of God that are written in the Bible are the true words of God and were given only to His people and the people that He called um, my children. So when He said, "Let my people go," to Moses, tell Pharaoh, "Let my people go." That's when I truly believe that there's a bloodline of God's children here on the earth today. So, and He was given these laws. He gave laws to those children to abide by. And He said, He said to His children, if you don't follow these laws, like as a father, I give my children rules, okay?
Are you a
Laws.
part of the lost tribe of Israel?
Yeah, 100%, brother.
Okay. All right. Now I understand. Now I understand your theory, your heart. Now I get it. I get it. And you know what? A lot of people will be lost on this topic, brother. So you have to, touch delicately on this subject because a lot of people don't even understand the lost tribe of Israel. They don't understand that we are the chosen. We are the first. We are the one. We the people.
Blessings,
We
brother. Bless.
are the culture. There is no other culture outside of ours, and everything else is a piggyback. And until our people and our kids understand that, because see, our elders didn't even know this. So I'm so glad you said that. Our elders weren't even able to teach us this because they didn't have the strength, they didn't have the knowledge, they didn't have the know-how to come to us and tell us how to become against this. So I understand you, brother, and I'm here, and I'm
That's right.
here.
The problem that our ancestors had was knowledge. Now we're in the time of knowledge. Knowledge is rapid now. By a press
Yes.
of a button, we can find knowledge by the press of a button. So I think this is there's a reason behind all this. Okay, there's a reason for all this knowledge coming in quickly. I believe it was for us to wake up. Now, I'm an Indigenous man, brother. My people are the Maori people of New Zealand, brother, Pacific Islanders. Now, this Bible, we didn't like this Bible because
You're indigenous, is what you're
I'm
saying.
yeah, brother. I'm a tribal man, my brother.
Okay.
And so this, when my oppressor came over to my country and they bought this thing called the Bible, our people uh straight we didn't like it. We
You excuse me, you hear this, sis? Listen to him. You hear this, sis? This is what we was just talking about. Brother, keep talking.
yeah, so basically we turned away our ears away from this book. But over the years, because my people have been converted. Now, to convert something is to change something so much so that it cannot be reverted back to its original state.
Won't even be recognized.
Won't even be recognized. So when they took the language of my people, they bashed the language of my people, that they bashed the history out of our words. And so we had to learn their words. And so
Bro,
that's why,
you know it went so deep to where they actually burned our libraries. They took our books. They took the actual first versions of the Bible and they redone this. Hey, look, a lot of people don't understand when I try, and I don't mean to step on no toes when I say this, bro. I really don't. But the authors of the Bible, the writers of the Bible, is connected to the Catholic beings. All right. These are people who knew exactly what they was doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. They burned everything that was important to us so we could not go back and research it. They knew this. And if we was able to find this type of information that we're reaching right now, and it came from the soul, brother, this is God putting this in us. This ain't from some shit we didn't, look, bro, this is real. What you said earlier is facts. Everything that we doing right now, this is purpose. This is purpose.
Blessings
This
to
was
you.
meant to be, no matter who and how we understand it. It was meant to be because it's a connection. And until we connect with our people, bro, we're gonna forever be lost.
That's right, my
And
brother.
we will forever let these colonizers come in, and they will run the next generation and the next generation and the next generation until we fucking break it. And that's why I said about this generational curse.
Facts. Facts, brother. Facts.
Let me add this, because that's really like phenomenal revelation, because many people are still going to be blinded to it because they're overly concerned with, for lack of a better term, the general thread of the day. You know, like how everybody got
Where we built
their
from.
nose in a computer or in a phone, and are not actually paying attention to the actual surroundings that they're in. So we lose focus and perspective in that mindset. When you get lost in that one thing, you miss the things that are right in front of you. And
Yes.
I like the fact that you address that level of it, because so much has been taken away, stolen, misappropriated, or even an attempt to destroy. This is why I always go back to the grassroots of it, where relationship is key. Relationship with the misappropriations of scripture through the generations, through millennia. It is more vital. It's vital like blood flow, that you not only relegate yourself to historical studies and informing yourself intellectually, but also get a firm grip spiritually on what it means to be in relationship with the God we say we know and serve. It's blood flow.
And
It's
that's
blood flow.
persona. That's persona. That's why we all have a different personality. That's person. You have to be in touch with you. And when you find you, you'll find him, because he always there. That's that inner self. You know, that's going and actually
That's
looking.
it.
And that's actually looking in the mirror and talking to that person
Yeah,
that you see.
yeah,
You give him information and he feeds you back.
yeah.
Look, I have no problem with talking to myself, because I
Okay.
actually answer myself. And I get the best
Understood.
answers out of my damn self
Yeah.
than I do out of anybody else, because the world is so watered down right now. Everybody wanting a fucking opinion and not nobody
Just
want to listen.
yeah, calm down. It's good. It's good.
Nobody want to listen. Everybody wants an opinion. They want to be heard.
Mhm.
And this is the problem. And this is another generational curse.
Yeah,
We always
yeah,
told our kids they were supposed to be seen and not heard, when we was
yeah.
actually supposed to be listening to them.
Right. Because the scripture says, out of the mouth of babes, what now? Out of the mouth of babes. Out of the mouth of babes. And actually, don't care who you are and how much you think you know. And this is why I stay humble. You can always learn something, even if you learn what not to do. You can always learn something.
Y'all don't understand how important tonight is. I
I
really
do.
don't think. Look, this is something that we absolutely have to continue. We have
Yeah.
to.
By God's
I'm,
authority, it is so. Say la.
we have to continue this conversation. And you know, as long as we can, like I say, if you build it, they
Yeah,
will come.
yeah,
They'll be, and we just gonna have to stay doing what we doing, because everything in this room is positive. I see everyone in this room has had a spiritual enlightenment.
yeah.
Everyone has. Everyone has seen, we have done, we done been through it all.
Mhm.
Sis, you got a story, I got a story, Key got a story, my brothers on the other end. Hey, look, man, and to be able to come together and
Yeah.
share our stories together and be honest with one another. This is where it starts. This is the breaking of the generational curses, being truthful and honest with each other.
That's right, my
Let,
brother.
let the
We
body
all
of
have
God go
stories.
on. I'm sorry, go
So
ahead, Brashel.
we all sort of share the same story, brother. And like I was saying last night, us Indigenous people, I consider myself Indigenous. To be honest, brother, I only found out about your people's Indigenous you know, you call yourself the Aboriginals, brother. The Aborigines, I've known the Australian Aborigines. I know them. I know those people. I know brothers over there, the tribes over there, the Kooris, the Murrays. They're the tribal people. So I only knew them as the only Aborigines of this earth. Then I find out that you guys are the Aborigines of America. So understanding this, we share the same grief, the the same history. Our grief, I believe, is poverty. Poverty usually brings on everything like PTSD, anxiety, depression. And if you were born into poverty, then
The
chances are you were
without.
born into anxiety, depression, and or PTSD without even knowing it. You actually thought that was a, a, a normal way of life, yet that's actually abnormal. But yet we grew up with this. Violence was a normal thing to us. But when I watched TV at the white man's house, there was never any violence there. And I'm not saying that there's no violence there, but our violence was usually was, yeah, it's hidden, but our violence is open. It's in the streets. Our mothers are running after our daddies, and throwing shit at our daddies, kicking them out the house in the streets, out in public. So the white man
Literally,
can hide it, or
literally.
literally. And so the white man may be able to hide it because he hasn't got that many of his people doing the same shit we're doing, because they don't go for poverty. They have no need of want of anything. Okay.
And
When we go to sleep hungry, we always wake up starving. And I'm not talking about just food, but a need of want of everything. And that's what poverty is. And that's what poverty has done to us. We've grown up in an abnormal society thinking that was normal. So we're going through
I
PTSD.
love your definition of poverty because it's the
100%.
salvation of knowledge.
100%. That was our life. That was what we were born into. To be born into that
The
is to learn
starvation of knowledge. I love your definition of
100.
that.
That's what they had to do. They had to get us focused on something else. Get us
Manipulation.
focused
You know
on
that?
fighting.
That's how they
Yeah,
manipulation.
exactly, brother. Exactly, brother. And
I'm
it
gonna
was
show
just.
you this hand. Wow, this motherfucker over here working like a motherfucker. You can't see this hand, but you see
That's,
this one.
that's right, brother. Exactly, my brother. You know exactly what we're talking about, brother. But now the knowledge has come in so fast. Now people say internet was of the devil, but I don't know, because God is in
No, it's
control of the
God. You right.
and if the devil is going to send out all this information, and we're finding the right information, not the wrong information. Yeah, porn is all over the place. Yeah, there's all rubbish all over the place, but we found the right information. So we were intelligent enough to go looking for the right
I love
information.
that word rubbish. That means bullshit, right?
Bullshit, brother. That's right. Trash.
I love that word, rubbish. I gotta start using that.
But yeah, so see these curses, like if I was to say, like, in the countries and in the cities of our in the fields, or in the country areas, the rural areas and the urban areas of our country, who are the most downtrodden people? In other words, they're actually less than the tar seal on the roads, because the tar seal on our roads over here get fixed once a year.
The melanated.
Absolutely. And so the tar seal on our roads get fixed more than my people. Okay. So we're lower than the tar seal of our own land. Now that magnetizes us to a certain demographic of people, doesn't it? Absolutely, it magnetizes us to a certain demographic of people. We are the savages. We are the monkeys. We are the ones who have not
Thank you. It
evolved.
puts us lower than animals. You're right.
That's right. We are the savages. That's why evolution was created, to show that we're monkeys still. We have not evolved. But like I say to everybody, if the criteria over here was to learn my language, I would be on the top of my society, and everyone else, especially my oppressor, would be on the bottom. However, my oppressor's language is the criteria in my country. So that puts me on the bottom and my oppressor on the top. Now we're getting knowledge, and knowledge is always power. And we know how to see through the lies. We can pull the curtain open and see what's at the back. And so when I say our people are the most cursed people, these are, you know, if this rings true, tell me if this rings true. You know, these are in the book of Deuteronomy. Brother Keith, you're there, Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to read from verses 16. I'm just going to read a couple of curses, brother, but I want to know if this rings true to you. Okay, curse shalt thou be in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field. Now this is talking about your people, my people. Okay, my people are cursed in the city. Yep, we're the cursed, we're the homeless, we're the incarcerated, we're on the beneficiaries, we're the highest in crime, we're the highest in domestic violence, suicide, child abuse. We've got that, okay, that name here. So yeah, we're
No,
cursed in the city and in the
brother,
field.
I'm gonna tell you, that's what they tell us. That's what they say. The stats that they use against us, especially here in the United States. I don't know about New Zealand, but here in the United States, they lie so
I
much to
understand.
us. Man, the white people rates are just as high as ours, but they are just not recorded as much.
What I go on is by what I see rather than by what I hear. I know whether when I go to jail, all my brothers are all in there, and we fill up these jails, but we're from different gangs. Okay, you got your Bloods, you got your Crips, you got your Mongols, you got your everything, different gangs, and that's our people. But we fill up these jails. That's the statistics I know. I know my people are the majority of people. Yeah, there's other countries or other nations of people, but the majority of those people on the streets, the majority of those people in jail are my people. Yeah, they're my people. We
Facts.
run it. Yeah,
Facts.
facts. We're the only ones out here killing each other. No other man is coming up to me and killing me, brother. Okay? It's just my man. I look at brother in the face. I don't know if he's my brother anymore. And that was manipulation. That's what they call divide and conquer. And that's what they did. And it worked because they stopped us from shaking hands. And now if we all shook hands, no one could stop us from running this country ever.
COVID.
We are the strongest, we are the fastest and most intelligent people on this planet. No one can ever stop us. Look how long it took us to learn their language. What, 200, 300, 400 years?
Almost
That was
400 years.
So that's your, yeah, if that's the case, then, well, geez, we caught up pretty quick. We're actually on par with them now. So much so that they can't fool us. We've got Google now, so they can't fool us. They can only fool the fools, okay? And we're not fools anymore, brother. Now, all these things, these generational curses, we share them. And these are the curses that I want to show you that are in the Bible, brother. Because what the God of this Bible said to his people, he said, hey, if you break these laws, these rules that I've set you, okay, don't kill each other. Used to, brothers, you are the same people. Don't kill each other. Don't go sleep with your brother's wife. Don't go steal your brother's stuff, man. Don't do that shit. Okay. If you were to do these laws, then you know you'll get rewards. You'll be the kings of this earth, kings and queens of this earth. But if you don't do these laws, this is what's going to happen. And this was going to happen to us if we didn't follow his laws, brother. He said, you're going to be the cursed of the city and the cursed of the fields. That means cursed in the country and cursed in the city. That's our people, brother. As a majority whole, we're the curse. Yeah.
And this is why I preach to my son. I have he going on 10, he going on 10. 10-year-old son, he almost 10. I preach to him all the time about telling the truth about things. You cannot lie because you don't want to be the child that cried wolf. And you don't want to have people out here not being able to believe in your word, because that's the only thing us as a man has to stand on is our word. So
Absolutely.
even as me, as your father, I understand that kids lie. I lied as a child, but you do not have to lie to me. You don't have to lie to me. You tell me the truth because I cannot defend you if you lie to me.
Exactly right. And see, if we see when our children do that stuff to us, okay, they don't follow the rules, right? They continuously lie to us. They continuously steal off us. All that. You get to the point when, look, you don't love me enough to even respect me. Get out of the fucking house. You're out of the house now. It's only until they are out of the house that they know what they've lost, and they've lost daddy's security and love. And when you've lost daddy's love, it must be death to you as a child. It would have been death to me as a child to never ever to be kicked out of the house. Okay, so in other words, what this Bible is like a letter from a father to his son, and just saying, hey, look,
Basic instructions before leaving the earth.
yeah, yeah, basic instructions, but it's like a
Before
letter from a
leaving the
father.
earth. That's the Bible.
Yeah, and so when it says, tell Pharaoh to let my people go, this is God saying, let my people go. He's got a people, and it's those Hebrews, those Israelites, those tribal people that he was talking about, the same people as Moses. Now we've got to try find them in this earth, and this what I'm reading to you now. All right, the curses. See, we're talking about the breaking the generational curses. Well, these are the generational curses that are upon us now, brother. And I wrote like,
I have to tell you, brother, before you finish your generational curses, I know you own it, but I have to tell you, I'm like, my father is black. That's right. My father is black, but my history, I'm Native American. I'm Blackfoot Indian, Cherokee Indian, Caucasian American, and black. My father is black. All of my family are straight Indians, bro. Like if you see my grandmother, everybody in my family almost look like they almost white. Like my grandmother has hair down her back, like yeah. So
like if you see your people in past photos, you match them up with my people's past photos. Like I want to ask you a question. I've been meaning to ask one of the Aboriginal brothers this question, brother. Your native wear, brother. What were those things that were hanging? Those tassels things. Have you seen it? Like I think it's for the brothers, the tribes that would live in the cold areas, right? In the colder areas, they would wear their uniform would be skins. They would have clothes on, but they have these fringes things hanging from their clothes all over. Is that true or not? Like the headwear, your headwear is always feathers.
you talking Native Indian.
Native,
Native
yeah,
American.
Those were look. This is where we get the dream catchers from. Okay, this is where like Indians, we believe in feathers. We pluck chickens and turkeys, and those are turkey feathers. Those are feathers from native birds like eagles and.
Can I tell you
stuff
something,
like
brother?
that.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go
That
ahead.
headwear, okay, that you guys have with the feathers, right?
Yes.
We've got the same headwear over here in New Zealand, okay, but our one's is more with leaves, flax leaves, okay.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
same design. It's like a crown, okay, like a
Because
crown on it.
y'all are Indian. Y'all are native. Y'all are Indian too. We are all Indians.
That's exactly
We
right.
are the original people. Look, this is what people fail to realize. Mexican are Indians. All right. Asians are black. All right. All
Just the
Asians
different
come.
tribes. Just the different
Thank
Yep,
you,
tribes.
sir.
that's it. That's
Thank
it.
you, sir. Okay. So we have to really understand, like, we all the fucking same. The only ones that are not like us are the Caucasians, and that's because these people don't even possess a soul. And that's how they can be so hateful all the
Exactly right,
time.
brother. That's what exactly right, and that's what I said to the brother the other night. There's a people on this planet that don't have a soul, because those are the people that
Even
can
It's
kill.
just I just have to give a disclaimer because I'm a YouTube channel. There's certain shit that I can't say and stuff like this.
Understood.
I got to
I'm
put a
sorry.
disclaimer. Yeah, I just have to put a disclaimer.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good. Cause my name on it. You good. Anybody can say whatever they want. Just I have to do a disclaimer. I get strike. I get a strike. They'll shut the
All
channel
right.
down.
Well,
All that. It's all
I
good.
apologize, YouTube. Yeah, I
Nah, you
It's
apologize.
only
good.
it's only
Hey,
opinions.
you can't
It's
even
not facts.
say
We're not speaking facts.
you can't even say nothing about the thing or they're gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
already know. I
But we
already
only,
know.
but this
Gotta say the dab with some shit.
we only here speaking our own opinions, brother. This ain't facts, bro. We ain't speaking. And we know we're not medical
I'm gonna
professionals.
do like bro Sanchez. We acting out conspiracy theories. This is like how a rap song, a person might rap about killing somebody who never killed nobody. So
There you
what
go.
we reenacting all the
There you
crazy
go.
conspiracy theory. What your script say? My script said that was in my script what I saw over
There
here.
you go.
Or
There
my
you go.
Bible
There you
says-
go.
my script.
We did done.
So yeah, like I was saying, brother kid, you know, that headwear that you wear, the Pacific Islanders, us, we wear those. Maori New Zealand wear something similar. And we've got another thing, like you see our Pacific Islanders, we've got the grass skirts and stuff like that. Okay. And then we've got like leaves that we tie around like
That's right.
anklet, yeah, on our elbows, on our wrists, on our knees, on our ankles. Okay.
The
Now those-
tapestries you spoke of earlier with the tassels, those also tell a story. The Aztec, the Incas, and the American
Thank you.
Indians.
Well, so
Those-
that was
those-
your story.
You
Those
on
tell
it, sis.
stories. Yeah.
She know. Because that's
Okay.
what I was going to tell you. Yeah, she know. That's what I was going to tell you. That all goes back to grounding yourself to the earth, being one with the universe. That's why we have to go outside and stand out actually with our feet on the dirt and ground ourselves. Look at the sun. Pay attention to the vitamin D that we're getting. Because without it, it's nothing. We have to ground ourselves always.
Now looking at that, we should see who our people are all over the world, okay? Because they should have the same sort of custom wear or native wear, and not all the natives or indigenous people of this earth have the same customs or native wear. There's a reason why we wore those things, especially those tassels on your, because I can't see any reason why there would be tassels on your clothing unless you're shooing away flies. But yet you knew that you could get into the ochre of the earth and wipe it on your body, and there was like a repellent, an insect repellent. So you didn't need these tassels, all right, to shoo away flies. Okay. Now I'm going to read you a verse from the Bible. It's from the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. And it reads, "Speak unto the children of Israel, my people, and bid them that they make them fringes on the borders of their garments throughout their generations." Fringes or tassels, fringes on the borders of their garments.
They're
Yeah.
hanging. Yes.
Hanging, fringes.
Rock
Yeah.
stars wear them. I understand the jacket that you're talking about now. I see what you're saying about the tassels. Okay, now
the
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, see that's a.
Yeah. What would
We'll
that
talk
be the
about that
point
in a
of that?
second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sure. See, our tassels, our fringes on the borders of our garment was the leaves that we wrapped around here. As the border, the wrist joints, all the joints are the borders of your body, because we didn't have clothes. We were in the islands. We were running around naked with just grass skirts, right? But we had these, we put leaves that made bracelets out of leaves.
I wish you
and
could
put them
show
on
us. I'm not lying, bro. I wish you could show us. I
Absolutely,
really want
brother.
to see
You
what
just
you.
need to Google Pacific Island traditional wear, Polynesian people traditional wear. You know, you'll see it.
Polynesian people traditional wear.
Samoans, Hawaiians, Tahitians. You see what we
So
wear.
that's like you come from this an island?
I'm from New Zealand.
Okay.
We're the mainland of the Pacific Ocean. We're the mainland.
You
We're the
sound
closest.
Australian though.
Yeah, I lived in Australia, brother. I lived in Australia for years, brother. Australia's just across the road from us.
That's what I was finna. You sound Australian. And
Yeah,
I've
that's how
never
I
in
know
my
the
life talked
Aborigines.
to someone from that far across the world.
The world. Yeah, blessings, brother. Well, we're just
Hey,
around the corner.
and I
Just around the
see,
corner,
man, for
brother.
you to have the type of mind frame you got, I feel like me and Keith need to be over there with you, man. We need to come see some of this.
100. I would love it. I would love it, brothers. I love it. But see, that's what I mean with those tassels. I can't see any point of them. But it was said in the Bible that it was told to the children of Israel to wear them. Now,
That's what
we
this
don't have
is.
we don't have a reason, a particular reason why we wear those. The leaves make ankle bracelets and wrist bracelets and cuffs around here, around our
Yeah.
neck, for our head, on the
It's
borders of our body.
grounding.
Yeah,
It's connection.
absolutely. We ran around.
You know,
We
when
walked. We didn't have
y'all have dances, right? Y'all have
100%.
praises and all this,
100%.
right? See, this is something that we don't do. We don't praise no more. We don't get out no more and do that real
You get
deal.
together. Yeah, you don't get together no more and keep that
Exactly.
customs
You
going.
see,
100%.
you see,
Because you've been divided so much. You've been divided so much. There's no way that you could all come back together as a first.
it's about connection.
On those when they used to have those tribal dances and stuff like that, it was a way to see when we get into dance is a trance. So when
That's right.
we get into dance, we used to bring that energy in. But see what
Yeah.
now,
100%.
music is on a 1, 2, 3, 4 scale, the music trap. And this is what me and Bro Sanchez was talking about the other day, that the music now is trap music, that tribal music. You couldn't tell what was gonna drop next.
You gonna do it. You gonna do it.
Yeah. And now everything
That-
1, 2, 3, 4 type of music. So it's kind of
Right.
yeah, and that's why I'm glad we having these bills, because just because everybody not interested in everything, that could be the missing link.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
the low vibration music that we're loving, that beats, doom, doom, doom. See,
Yes.
our people would sing high and high vibration. Oh, la, la, la. They'll
Right.
get that high note. Yeah. And with the instruments that we had low beats, but we had the high beats. Tick, 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 tick. The
That's
high wood,
right.
the high wooden instruments. And we bang them all
Vibration.
together. Vibrations, because we're sending out
Do you
that
listen
positive
to?
energy.
Do you know anything about the megahertz?
Yeah, absolutely. 10 megahertz and 4 megahertz. One produces serotonin, the other produces adrenaline.
Okay.
So when we,
Thank you. All right. It's almost an adrenaline builder. It'll get you on any level you almost need to be on. If you in a peaceful zen, if you on whatever. If
Yeah.
you get to listening to different tones, different music. See, music is the key to the soul. You can listen to one song right now that'll change your whole entire vibe. You could be on some bullshit. Listen to the right song.
amen, brother, 100%. The stars are dancing right now to music, brother.
Man,
Music frequencies, but the birds are nature's way of dancing to music. You see how they sing in high volume?
hey,
That's
and they
how
say when the birds leave, what you supposed to do?
leave.
Thinking they play.
Thank you.
Mhm.
When you see them birds going, it's time to get in the house.
They hear everything, brother.
It's time to
And
get in the
that's
house.
perfection, brother. That's perfection in motion, brother. That's
Yes,
perfection
sir.
at work.
We
And
got
that's
a
only
5-minute warning.
Thank you, sir.
one that's perfected.
5
All
minutes.
right.
Hey, that's the only reason why the buzzard exists. The buzzard was it was the nature's alarm system that something was dead out there. You know that? That was the only way we knew. Shit, it's something out there ain't fucking right. Them goddamn buzzards flying over.
Yeah.
For real. Once you see that, it's time to move. It's just like it's time for, I guess I'll say, I don't know, because I don't know how deep a lot of people really want to go with this
Brother,
spiritual thing.
deep is the best.
Honestly, I don't know how deep a lot of people want to go with the spiritual thing, because I don't ever want it to become like a battle. But
No, definitely, brother. See, what I'd like to know is how do we hold ourselves accountable, bro? Like, we all call ourselves moral, but do we actually hold ourselves accountable to being a moral being?
you say how or when do we
Or
hold ourselves accountable?
can we hold ourselves accountable as a human being with free will? Can we hold ourselves accountable to morality? See, our
Yeah.
ancestors never held themselves accountable to their own morality. They had a higher power. They stayed accounted to or accounted for.
And that's all they accounted. That's all they accounted for. And you so absolutely right, because they didn't feel like they owed us no explanation about anything. Okay,
all.
and this is another generational curse. They felt like they owed us no explanation about the bullshit that we went through. Okay.
See,
All right.
our
So
people, our people
that's right.
understood what nature was. They were in touch with nature. So when we talk to our children, right, and we told them stories, we'd give them in parables or allegories of animals, and we'd see, because we see how the animals act, and we act like the animals. Like when you go out and feed birds, I don't know if you fed birds. I have old stale bread. I take it out of the backyard and I feed birds. Now you'll get about 5 different breeds of birds, right? Real small birds, robins, parakeets, whatever they are, little budgies, everything. Okay, all these little birds, and they're all eating the same amount of bread, but not fighting over it. You see the little budgies take their bit, and they'll eat on this side, and this one will take this bit, and so all these different species of birds can get along with each other, but there's always one bird. So a seagull will come in the middle of that pack and scare all those birds away, and
He's
so we would
greedy.
look at
Because he greedy.
absolutely,
He'll snatch that food.
absolutely, and so we would teach our kids. You see the seagull, okay, that the seagull is real. You have to
He'll
understand who
snatch
the
that
seagull
food.
is, and who
That's
those
the
little birds are.
jaguar of the birds.
You're the little birds. So recognize the rest of the little birds and eat together in harmony. But when you find the seagull, when you see the seagull, there's more little birds there than the seagull, but they don't know that they're actually bigger as one. But they're all separate. They're all spread apart. They're fingers of the hand, not the
And
fist of the hand.
this is what we get. It's always levels to this. It's levels to different people. And it's best to be able to recognize what you see when it's in your face than be ignorant to it. Because if you don't be able to see exactly what you're seeing, guess what'll happen? It'll like dead in your mouth. My granddaddy used to tell me the worst thing that a person can do is use this thing called the pink tornado. He said, son, I promise you this. He said, that thing will cause a storm that you won't be able to cause.
100%, amen.
You will not,
Amen.
you won't be able to bring it back.
The power of life and death is in the
100.
tongue.
Thank you.
You see, as a warrior, my people, we grown up with these, brother. So we know how to use these. This is first and foremost, 100%. And we never knew how to use this or that. Now that we can use that, right? We can back people into a position, into the corner with just this. The only way they're going to get out of that corner is to
Thank you.
fight. But we
You
already
gotta
know
fight
how to
with this
fight.
though.
Yeah,
Me, you gotta
Yeah.
fight me with this.
absolutely,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
100%. I mean, they're going to play our game if they want to use these, eh, brother? They
Yes,
play my
sir.
game. And I rule that game. I rule that game. I know
Yes,
that game.
sir.
Yeah. So now we're better at their game than they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that makes us what? Very fucking dangerous.
Very dangerous. And you know what? This is why our opposers are completely trying to keep us in the position that we at. It's just always chaos to fight each other. As long as we go against each other,
100%.
what's they fight? They don't have a fight no more.
Exactly right, brother. They took our history away from us because they knew that we knew everything that we needed to know. Okay, and we knew we could see straight through their lies. And the reason why is because